يسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Can I request inshallah the brothers that are staying for the class to please come closer inshallah. The barakah is when you're too close inshallah. If the brothers are just sitting here doing adhkar, that's fine inshallah. Those who are here for benefiting from the class, if you can please come closer. Jazakumullah khair. Okay, alhamdulillah, we had a short break last week and today we will continue with where we left off. The week before last week, of course, we covered the hardest rules, but we didn't have the presentation ready. So today we will be repeating these rules again, but this time with the presentation, so at least you can visualize everything that we covered in the last session, inshallah. So of course we left off at mudud. Mudud means prolongations. We started off the prolongations a few weeks back, and then we continued and we completed it the week before last week. So today, again, like I mentioned, it'll just be a recap of those mudud. But to start off with, inshallah, we have a little bit of a, inshallah, like a little quiz to test ourselves on how good we are with the mudud so far, inshallah. So on the screen, you're going to see a number of verses, right? And we're going to go through each verse, and I'm going to ask those who are present to tell me which mad is in each of these words, inshallah. Everyone ready? Inshallah. The regulars are ready, inshallah. So we have the first word, or the first phrase, we have su al-adhab. Which mad is this and why? Brother said mad asli. Mad tabi'i. Anyone else? Let me recite it again. Su al-adhab. Brother said mad munfasil. Anything else? Mad muttasil. Muttasil. Because there's a hamza after the mad. Okay, excellent. طيب. The next one. لا أقسم بهذا البلد. مد munfasil. Excellent. Munfasil. Separate. Okay, so the first one was muttasil because hamza is in the same word. The next one was munfasil. طيب. Yeah, yeah. The third one, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ. Munfasil. Excellent. Excellent. The next one, أُولَئِكَ. Muttasil. Very good. وَثَمُودَ الَّذِينَ. ثَمُودَ الَّذِينَ. Mad asli. Excellent. Mad asli. Okay, so it's only 2 counts. Okay. The next one, وَتُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ حُبًّا جَمًّا. The end word. جَمًّا. Mad. Excellent. Mad iwad. Mad iwad. Okay. When you're stopping on a double fatha. The last one, inshallah. كلا بل لا تكرمون اليتيم. The last part. يتيم. مد عارض للسكون. Fantastic. أحسنتم. Very good. Okay. Of course, mudud is something that we have to keep on repeating. It isn't. That's something that you'll remember straight away. But inshallah, with practice, we'll make perfect. Inshallah. So we're going to go over the mudud again, but this time we're going to do it a bit faster than last time. But again, this time you're going to see the presentation so you can visualize it, inshallah. So the last of the mudud that we covered was the mad lazim, right? Mad lazim. So let's go over the mad lazim. Firstly, mad lazim, we said it means when something is obligatory, mandatory, right? So it is the longest of the mudud. How long is it? 5 or 6 counts, okay? It's the longest of the mudud. When it comes to the mad lazim, we divided it into 2 groups. Mad lazim kalimi and mad lazim harfi. And each of these groups are going to have 2 also, okay? So we had the first thing, which was mad lazim kalimi. Firstly, what does kalimi mean? It means a sentence or a word. It means sentence or a word. So that means this mad will have to do, it's got to do with a word and not a letter, right? And mad lazim kalimi is divided into two groups. We have مد لازم كلمي مثقل, مد لازم كلمي مخفف. مثقل, مخفف. We're going to go over the first one, which is the مد لازم كلمي مثقل. 4 words, okay? By the way, of course, I'm going a bit fast because we've already covered this. So the first thing was مد لازم كلمي مثقل. What is it? If a mad sign is followed by a mushaddad, which means a letter with a shadda, and it is in a word, then you are required to prolong it for how long? 5 to 6 counts. Can anyone give me an example before we go to the example? Excellent, very good. Remember that. وَلَا Okay, so that, what is that? Madde lazim kalimi muthaqqal. Excellent. Okay, then we had so many examples here. We've got al-Haque. Let's see if all of the things we've mentioned applies here. Al-Haque. Is it a word or is it a letter? It's a word, number 1. Is there a shadda there? On the qaf, number 2. Number 3, okay, there's a madde asli, ha. And after there's the shadda. So we prolong it for how long? 6 counts. What will this madde be called? Madde lazim kalimi muthaqqal. Okay. Then we talked about the madde lazim kalimi mukhaffaf. The difference is instead of the shadda letter, you have a letter with a sakin. Only one word. Which word is that? Surah Yunus, good. Al-ana. How many times does it appear in the Qur'an? 2 times. In Surah Yunus. Excellent, very good. So memorize this word, okay? So everyone say it with me. Al-ana. Good, you have to stretch it. Al-ana. Good, okay. So if someone was to ask you which mad is this, what will you say? Madde, lazim, kalimi, mukhaffaf. Okay, so we've done the 2 parts now. Madde, lazim, kalimi, muthaqqal. Madde, lazim, kalimi, mukhaffaf. Okay, right? So that's done. Let's move on, inshallah. Then we had the madde, lazim, harfi. Madde, lazim, harfi. What does harf mean? It means a letter. So that means it's got to do with a letter. And we said that there are certain surahs that we start off, we recite them as letters and not words, isn't it? Such as alif, lam, mim, such as sad, etc. Right? And again, this is of 2 types as well. Madde, lazim, harfi, muthaqqal, and mukhaffaf. What's the difference going to be between the muthaqqal and mukhaffaf? One's going to have a shadda, and one's going to have a sakin. Okay, let's go over it, inshallah. So the first is the madde, lazim, harfi, muthaqqal. So I'll bring the example and then we'll apply the rules. The example is alif, lam, mim. Here we have letters. We're pronouncing them as letters and not words. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, on the mim we find a shadda. Alif, lam. There's a shadda there, isn't it? So this will fall under the first category of madde lazim harfi, and that is muthaqqal. Muthaqqal. Okay? How long do you make it? 6 counts. Fantastic. طيب, what would be the example of madde lazim harfi mukhaffaf? It's when there isn't a shadda in the middle. Example? Noon. Noon wal qalami. There's no shadda after, right? But there's a sakin. But why is the sakin? Excellent, very good. That's very important, okay? It's inside the letter itself. When I say noon, imagine it. What are you imagining it as? Noon, wow, noon, right? So when I'm saying it, there's a noon sakin, isn't it? So this is where the sakin is. It's hidden within the letter, within the letter. And how long do we make it? Same as the madde lazim harfi muthaqqal, you make it 6 counts. Okay. We had this example that we specifically chose out because we talked about a little bit of a challenging one, this one. Let's see who remembers it, inshallah. We'll break it down. So if we're going to read this, okay, how will we read it? We've got 5 letters here. So just listen to me read it, okay? Kaf, ha, ya, ayn, sad. Okay? Where was the... Firstly, is this a madde lazim kalimi muthaqqal or is it a mukhaffaf? Why is it a mukhaffaf? A It's got sukoon. Is there any shadda there? No shadda at all. Okay. Which letter from these letters were the one that was, there's a difference of opinion? Which? Ayn, excellent. Because when I pronounce the ayn, visualize it. How are you saying ayn? Ayn, ya, noon. Ayn. But when I say ayn and I stop on it, it's maddeleen also. Isn't it? Quraysh, ayn. Right? Can you remember maddeleen? Or should we go over it again? Okay. Quraysh. Who remembers the word Quraysh? Okay. So we said, when you stop on a word, right, and there is a ya sakin or a waw sakin, and before it there's a fatha, you stop on it, you do maddeleen. And how long is maddeleen? Either 2 or 4. So you can say Quraysh, or you can say Quraysh, and stop like that. Okay? Now try on the word ayn. Does same thing, right? Same. Ayn. Ayn, ya, noon. Same thing. It's a maddeleen also. Hence why the ayn can either be maddeleen or it could be madde lazim. If we make it short, that means we're following which opinion? That it's a maddeleen. If we make it long, we're following the opinion that it's a madde lazim. Madde lazim, harfi mukhaffaf. Okay. Right. So that's that done. Okay. So we've done the madde lazim all together now. Okay. Everyone understood? Yeah? Or should we go over again? Is that okay? Alhamdulillah. Right. Okay. Now we cover this from a different aspect. The same letters that we just covered, we covered it from al-huruf al-muqattaat. In the Qur'an, we mentioned that there are such things known as al-huruf al-muqattaat, and they are the letters that are pronounced as letters and not words. When we start off Surah al-Baqarah, we don't say alam. What do we say? Alif lam mim. Right? So think of it right now. All over the Qur'an, there's only a number of surahs that have these letters. So I can mention it to you. Alif lam mim. Alif lam mim sad. Sad. Qaf. Alif lam mim ra. Hamim. Hamim ayn sin qaf. Can you see? All of these are the letters. But not all of the letters are going to be categorized into one group. We separated it into 3 groups. The first group of letters will be the letters that you will prolong straight away 6 counts. As soon as you see them, what you're going to do? 6 counts straight away. And that can be, if you look in the table, can be combined in this sentence of naqasa. Say with me, naqasa asalukum. Again, naqasa asalukum. Okay? So how many letters there? 8 letters, right? Okay? We have noon, qaf, sad, ayn, sin, lam, kaf, and mim. 8 letters. All of these letters, if you apply it right now, at the beginning of surah, if you find them, you're going to straight away prolong them. For example, the noon. Where does it come? Surah Qalam. Noon. Okay. Qaf. Where does qaf come? Surah Qaf. Qaf. Where does sad come? Surah Sad. Sad. So all of these are the ones that you prolong. So memorize that. Naqasa asalukum means 6 counts. What does it mean? 6 counts. So that's the first category of al-huruf al-muqatta'at. The next category are the letters that you only make 2 counts. And they are, say with me, hayyun, hayyun, tahur. How many letters? 5 letters, okay? Ha, ya, ta, ha, and ra. These letters, how many counts do you make it? 2 counts only. Let's apply it. Ha. Where do we find ha? Ha, mim. The ha made it 2 counts. Where do we find ya? Yasin. We only make it 2 counts. Ta. Ta-ha. Okay? Ha. Ta-ha. Ra. Where do you find ra? Alif lam ra. Did you see? These letters I'm only making 2 counts, which is the second category. So the first category was the one, naqasa asalukum, 6 counts. Second category was only 2 counts, hayyun tahur. There was one more category, and that is the letter alif. Do we prolong the letter alif? Huh? So do we say alif? Huh? Alif. So there's no mud on that. So these are the three categories. One that you don't prolong at all, which is the alif. One that you prolong 2 counts, and the rest are 6 counts. Okay? So that's how we divide the al-huruf al-muqattaat. Right, okay, before we get into the extracting the rules, inshallah, so we'll just cover it again, inshallah. That was the last of the mudud. The last of the mudud. As a revision session, let's go over all of the mudud quickly, and then we'll do the little challenge for you all, inshallah. Everyone ready? Okay, so we're covering the last 2 sessions of mudud. Starting off with, we started off with the madd asli or the madd tabi'i. What are the letters of madd asli? Alif, waw, ya. We combined it in one word, which is nuhiha. Nuhiha. These letters you only make 2 counts. That was the first mad. Then we moved on to another mad. We did madde. I'm going to do it in different orders because I can't remember them. Okay, madde leen. We just covered madde leen. Madde leen is when a waw and a ya have a sakin, and before them there's a fatha. Okay, example. Quraish. Okay, how long do you make it? 2 or 4. Quraish or Quraish. Okay, for example, khawf or khawf. Can I just say khawf? Can I just say li'ilafi Quraish? That's wrong. Okay, so that was madde leen. Good. The next one, madde arid lis-sukun, is when you're stopping on a madde asli. For example, we do it every day in Surah Al-Fatiha. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. If I was to continue, what would I say? Would I say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen? No. What would I say? Just 2. Excellent. 2 counts. So when you stop on it, what does it become? Madde arid lis-sukun. Right. Who remembers madde iwad? Excellent. It's when you're stopping on a double fatha, right? And we had many examples. Okay, what was the example that we had before? For example, alima. Excellent. Alima. If you were to stop on the word alima, what do? You make it 2 counts. So it changes from a double fatha to 1 fatha, but you're making it like a madde asli. Okay. طيب, which other madde did we cover? Then we moved on to the muttasil munfasil. What is munfasil? So separate. Okay? So when there's an alif in a separate word, and the example is la uqsimu. How long do we make it? 2 or 4. Okay. We had madd muttasil. Same word, hamza. How long do we make that? 4. Do we change it? No. Okay, it stays how it is. And then, of course, we covered the madd lazim of today. So those are majority of the mudud. There are some other ones that we didn't touch on, madd badal, etc. You don't need to really know those. Okay, so we're covering the ones that are most important. So right now, with that being said, that's pretty much majority of the tajweed rules that we've done. So we want to apply and to actually see if we actually know majority of the tajweed rules. So we've got a little thingy here, inshallah, from Surah Mutaffifin. I want you all work together, inshallah. We're not going to, should we separate into 2 groups or everyone work together? Because it's a small group today. Okay, everyone work together, inshallah. Okay, get close and work together, inshallah. Okay, so I'll give you guys 5 minutes. You've got 5 minutes, okay? And this is the surah. Wailul lil mutaffifin. You got 4 verses. You need to talk to each other and try to extract as many rules as you can from this surah. Yallah, bismillah, the time starts now.
So first one is valid, so it's
Work together, inshallah. Don't be shy. What will be better is if everyone thinks for yourself, then when one person speaks, inshallah, you can come in and say, look, no, this is it, okay? Think, inshallah. I think I chose a hard one, huh? By the way, these are all 4 separate verses, yeah? So وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ is one verse, الَّذِينَ إِذَا اكْتَالُوا one verse, like that. It's a bit difficult. Sometimes it takes time for you to get your head around it. But okay, brothers, 2 minutes inshallah, then we'll cover it together. Difficult? We'll work together inshallah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it easier for you all. I'm going to stop on each part and give you a clue, and then you have to call out the rule. Okay? Are you ready? Okay. Let's go through inshallah. So we're going to look at the first verse. وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ. The first thing I'm going to analyze is وَيْلٌ لِلْ. Which rule is that? If we stop on it, it's li. If we continue, then it's thing. So if we were to stop and said wail, then it would be maddalin. But here we're continuing. But there's another rule there. Wailul lil. Idgham with ghunna or without? Without a ghunna. Okay, so can you see? Because there's a tanween, wailun, and then there's a lam, wailul. Okay, this is the first one. Okay, then after that, mutaffifin. Which mad is this? Mad arid sukun. Good. So those are the 2 rules from this verse. Is there anything else? What would it be? If you don't stop, then it's mad asli. But if you stop, then it's mad arid sukun. Good. Okay, let's go on to the next verse. Alladhina. Which mad is this? Mad asli. Good. إِذَا اكْتَالُوا. Hamsan. Kaf. Very good. Okay. Talu. Mad asli. Good. Ala nasi. Ghunna. And then nasi. Which mad? Mad asli. Good. Yastawfoon. Okay. The mad arid sukun. Anything else there? Oh, okay. And if you continue, then it's right. Okay. Yes. Hams. Excellent. Yastawfoon. Good. Moving on. وَإِذَا مد طبيعي. Okay. أصلي. كالوا. مد أصلي. Okay. هم أو. هم أو. هم أو. Let's see. Something shafawi. Idhar shafawi. Good. Right? Can you remember idhar shafawi? After mim sakin, any other letter than mim or ba, then you make it clear. Okay. Moving on. Awwazanu. Asli. Okay. Hum yukh. Hum yukh. Idhar shafawi again. Excellent. Yukh. Hams. Good. Sirun. Arid lissukun if you stop. Excellent, mashallah. Okay. Ala. Maddi asli. Okay. Yadhunnu. Ghunna. Okay. Okay, this one's the hard one. Ulaika. Muttasil. Good, mashallah. Anna. Ghunna. Okay, next one. Humma. Idgham shafawi. Excellent, mashallah. Maba. Qalqala. Sughra or kubra? Sughra, because it's in the middle. Okay. U. Asli. Thun. Arid al-sukun. Everything that we've covered is in these verses. Right now, you can open the Mus'haf. If you actually look at it deeply, we've covered all the rules. It just takes practice like this. Keep on practicing. And like that, inshallah, we'll be continuing. Because next session, next week, we're finishing off the rules. And we're going to be just focusing on recitation and exercises like this. Bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. No, inshallah, khair. طيب. Yeah. Madalin. Yeah, no problem, inshallah. That's fine. So the brother asked, kaf, ha, ya, ayn, sad. We mentioned that the ayn has two opinions. It's either madalin or madde lazim. So you can choose, right, which one you want to do. That's absolutely fine. Okay. Right, so we've got two surahs that we will be covering today, inshallah. We've got Surah Humaza and Surah Al-Asr. Surah Al-Asr is a short surah. We'll start off with Surah Al-Humaza bi-idhnillahi ta'ala. Okay, so everyone just recite after me, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة وما أدراك ما الحطمة نار الله الموقدة التي تطلع على الأفئدة إنها عليهم مؤصدة في عمد ممددة. Okay, excellent. So we're going to go over this surah, inshallah, a verse at a time. We're looking at the common mistakes in this surah. Okay, so as you can see, the structure is a bit different here, right? Okay, we broke it down. وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. We'll start with the top right, inshallah. First thing, وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ. There's a shadda on the lam. Make sure you join it. وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ. Don't just say وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ. No. Make sure you're emphasizing on the lam. وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ. Okay, that's the first thing. Next thing is humazatil. Same thing. There's a shadda there. But the most important thing in these verses, in all of these verses, is the ha at the end. Many people leave this ha out totally. They just say, وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. No. Lumazah. You have to pronounce that ha. Okay? So repeat after me. وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Good. Lumazah. Yeah. So we're going to be learning that. Basically what happens is, in the two verses, there's a sakin. Alladhi, as you can see here, the alif doesn't have anything on it. So when a letter doesn't have anything on it, automatically it's treated with a sakin. And in the first ayah, lumazatin, tin, when I say tin, it's a sakin sound. Now if you got two sakins next to each other, it's impossible to recite. I can't say lumazatin alladhi. So what happens is when iltiqa'u sakinain happens, when two sakins meet with each other, you add a noon with a kasra to make it easier on the tongue. So you say, وَيْلُ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ الَّذِي. Do you see? It happens in a lot of places in the Qur'an where you have two sakins, one at the beginning of the next verse and one at the end of the first verse. So you get a noon with a kasra to make it easier on the tongue. That's why it's done. Okay? So that's the first verse. وَيْلُ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Next verse, الَّذِي. Okay? That's all fine. جَمَعَ. Same, there's nothing to it. All of these letters are light until ma law. Wow is still a light letter, but you have to bring it in a little bit. So you will say الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا, and you do the gunnah. Wa, not wa. وَعَدَّدَهُ, and then same, there's a ha at the end. Okay, so listen to me guys. الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ. Remember on the alladhi, two counts, not more than that. الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ. Excellent, very good. Next verse, okay? يَحْسَبُ. Remember the ha is hams. You have to emphasize it. يَحْسَبُ, okay? أَنَّ مَالَهُ. We talked about the anna before. Certain reciters, when they want to emphasize on a gunna, they emphasize on the letter before. So they'll be like this. يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ. What was the mistake? Yeah, I stretched the alif. You don't stretch it. You straight away do gunna. يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ. So if you want to beautify the gunna, beautify the noon and not the letter before. Okay? يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ. That's the first thing. Next thing is مَا لَهُ. This is from a linguistic angle I'm going to teach you all. Okay, malahu means his wealth, right? So that means there's two separate words here. Mal means wealth, hu means his. So we separate it. Malahu. Yeah, excellent. You're emphasizing on the ha. Yahsabu anna malahu. Okay, then you're going to do the mad. When you do the mad and you go on to the word akhlada, alif is a heavy or is a light? Kha is heavy. So you don't say akh. What do you say? Akhlada. Akh. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. So you smile and you bring it in. Okay? So, and then remember the ha at the end. Akhlada. Good. Let's do it together. يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَهُ. Not أخلده. Excellent. Next verse. كلا لينبذن. Here we have the rule of iqalab. And we said that certain people, they leave the mouth open. But we don't leave our mouth open. Okay, so we say لينبذن. لينبذن. Close both lips. Okay. Fil hutama. This one's a bit of a hard word because there's a ha. So you'll say it like this. Fil huta. Fil hutama. MashaAllah. Uncle's got it. Allahumma barik. Okay? If we join it together. كلا لينبذن في الحطمة. Remember dhal. Where's the dhal from? Tip of the tongue. Huh? لينبذ. Tha. Make sure the tongue is out a little bit. La yumbadha. MashaAllah. Okay, let's continue inshallah. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ. Very easy. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ. Dal is a light letter. Ra is the heavy letter. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَلْحُ. Again, same thing. مَلْحُطَمَةٌ. Okay, let's do it again. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحُطَمَةُ. Good. Narullah and not narullah. Make sure the na is light. Narullahi. MashaAllah. Narullahi. Narullah. Law. Narullahil. Good. Muqadah. Qaf is heavy. Dal is light, and then the ha at the end. So this is how you say it. Narullahil muqadah. Ahsantum, very good. Now the next verse is the hardest one. Yes. Okay, so the word Allah, lafzul jalala, it's heavy when there is a fatha or a dhamma before it. If there's a kasra before it, then it's light. Example, Bismillahi. There's a kasra on the meme, so you make Allah light. And for example, Narullahi, we're making it heavy because Ra has a fatha. Ra has a fatha. Okay, the next verse is the hardest verse in the surah. Okay, so concentrate with me, guys. Allati is very easy. All of the letters are. It's very easy. Try the next word. Everyone's okay, right? Okay. So a lot of people say tattali'u, tattali'u. The uncle's saying it now as well. Okay. Ta. Okay. Ta, بعدين ta. Ta. You have to smile a little bit first. Okay. Ta. Ta. MashaAllah. Right, we're having different letters today, okay? So keep a smile first. Very easy, okay? So don't rush into it. Take your time. Look. Ta. Okay, everyone, slowly. Ready? Ta. 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 Not the opposite. Ta. 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 MashaAllah, uncle's got it. When you say the ta, you're touching the top palate, right? You're touching it. Making sure that the bottom lip is not moving. Because if you move the bottom lip, what happens? You make it a W sound. You're just making it into an oval shape. Watch. Ta, ta, ta. The bottom lip isn't moving. It's the whole mouth that's moving. Ta, tali'u. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Ta, tali'u. Okay? Let's do it together, guys. Allati ta. طالع. MashaAllah. Okay, I see the mouth movements. Okay. على الأفئدة. Very easy. Okay. Work on the ayn. على الأفئدة. The أفئدة Hamza. Not a ayn. Just the على. على الأفئدة. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Good. Very good. Okay. So let's read the verse together. التي تطلع على الأفئدة. Excellent. Okay, next verse. Innaha here. What do you think the common mistake on the word in is? MashaAllah, got it. So you don't say in, but you join it together. Innaha. The ha is separate. So you emphasize on the ha. Innaha. Good. عليهم مؤصدة. Remember the ghunna in the middle. عليهم mu. Here mu, not mu. Okay, not a ayn. مؤصدة. عليهم مؤصدة. صدة. Good. Join it together. إنها عليهم مؤصدة. مؤصدة. Excellent. Okay, and the next one, في عمد ممددة. All of this is easy, so repeat it after me. في عمد ممددة. Good, excellent. Okay, طيب, let's split this surah, inshallah. Okay, so the first 3 verses. Who wants to say the first 3 verses? Bismillah. Very good. Only thing,
الذي جمع مالا وعدده.
1 second, okay? الذي, only 2 counts, okay?
الذي
Straight away, Zaldi. الذي.
الذي جمع مالا وعدده.
Excellent, mashallah, mashallah. Very good, very good.
يحسب أن
أي كانوا مدخربنا يحسبون يحسب أن
يحسب أن ماله
أخلده.
أخلده.
Very good, okay, mashallah, very good, mashallah, very nice. Allahumma barik. Okay, طيب, next 3 verses. Who's going to put down? Bismillah. كلا لا ينبذن في الحطمة. Yeah, the ha at the end. Yeah, good, very good. حطمة. Good, excellent. If you join the Allahil, Narullahil, yeah. Try again. Yeah. Excellent. Allahumma barik. Very good. Always remember the ha at the end. Like I mentioned, this is a common mistake that people leave out the ha at the end. Okay, last 3 verses, the hardest ones. MashaAllah. Bismillah. Allati tattali. Good. Only thing is, tattali'u, there's no mad there. So you join it. Allati tattali'u. Straight away. Yeah? Allati. Okay, good. Very good. Inna. Gunna. Alayhim. Excellent. Last verse. Only 2 counts. Fi amma. Excellent, mashallah. Very good. Okay, let's try again now. The first 3 verses. Who wants to go? Less students here, so everyone should get a chance. Bismillah. MashaAllah. Excellent. Excellent, mashallah. Very good recitation. Allahumma barik. Next 3 verses. Bismillah. في الحطمة. Excellent. Excellent, mashallah. Na. Excellent, Allahumma barik. Okay, last 3 verses before we move on to the next surah. Allati tattali. Allati. Afida. MashaAllah. إنها. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Very nice ghunna. Very nice ghunna. MashaAllah. All right, excellent. Okay, so that's Surah Al-Humaza done. Okay, again, look back at the clips. Okay, guys, inshallah, if you want to practice it over and over again. Okay, so we've got one more surah, inshallah, which is Surah Al-Asr. Let's cover it, inshallah. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Okay, it's a short surah, so everyone recite after me, inshallah. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر. This one's harder. Watch. والعصر. Good. إن الإنسان لفي خسر. Okay, we're going to analyze the mistake afterwards, inshallah. إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات We'll stop here and then we'll continue afterwards. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. Excellent, very good. Okay, so that's the surah. It's very short, okay? I stopped in وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ to make it easier for ourselves, inshallah. We're going to break it down. This surah is short and it's very meaningful, okay? And at the same time, it's very difficult with some of the words as well, okay? The surah is a special surah, by the way. Imam al-Shafi'i, just a side note, rahimahullah, he mentioned that if no other surah but this surah was to be revealed, it would have sufficed all of the ummah of the Prophet ﷺ because of how much meaning the surah has, okay? طيب, we start off with wal-asr. Now the letters wal-a, all of these letters are light. But then the sad and the ra are heavy. So we're making a transition from light to heavy. Watch. Wal-asr. Like this. Wal-asr. MashaAllah. Good. And you hold it. Wal-asr. Oh, yeah. The only thing is on the sad, because sad is a hams letter, you're going to prolong it slightly longer. So you don't just say wal-asr. No. Wal-asr. Excellent, excellent. Okay, that's the first thing. Next verse, innal insana. The first thing is, remember the inna. Don't say inna. What do you say? Inna. You join it together. Innal insana. How are we going to do ikhfa into the scene? Oh, mashallah. Insana, not yunsana. Because scene is a heavy or light? Light letter, so we're stretching it out. Innal insana. Okay? Lafi, very easy. The one after is hard. Oh, mashallah, you got it. You've almost got it. Kha, heavy. Sin, ra, heavy. So watch the mouth movements, okay? Innal insana lafi khusr. Look, khusr. Quick movement. Khusr. Mashallah. MashaAllah. Khusr. Yeah, very good. MashaAllah. So you stretch it out and bring it in. So if you hold it, it'll be easier. Khusr. MashaAllah. Ahsantum. Okay? طيب. Next verse. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا is very easy. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. If we're going to stop on it, which mad does it become? عارض للسكون. أحسنتم. MashaAllah. Okay? So if we're stopping on it, then we have to prolong it. So we will say, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. What's the rule at the end? Hams. Okay? So repeat after me. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Good, very good. Sometimes you'll hear people, they won't stop, they'll say the whole verse. Sometimes it's difficult. This is why we stopped here. Okay, the next one is, alright. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. Haqq is one of those words that people struggle with. Because remember, qaf, is it a heavy or is it a light letter? What if it has a kasra on it? It's heavy, but it's the least amount. So when we say it, we are somewhat moving our mouth back. So we will say, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ. Not haqqi, that's wrong. Haqqi. So the ha, you're keeping your mouth out. Haqqi. Try it. Good, very good. So don't say haqqi. Haqqi. MashaAllah, the uncle's got it. Okay? The next part, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. Here is a bit difficult. Sad, heavy. Ba, light. Ra, heavy. So similar to khusr. Okay? So you will say like this. بِالصَّبْرِ. بِالصَّبْرِ. Ra is heavy. بِالصَّبْرِ. Bring it back in, okay? وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. MashaAllah, ahsantum. Okay, let's repeat the surah together and then allow your brothers to recite it, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. والعصر والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Excellent, very good. Okay, first two verses. Bismillah. والعصر. ما شاء الله.
إن الإنسان لفي خسر.
ما شاء الله, ما شاء الله. Very good. Okay, next one.
إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات.
Excellent, very good. Finish it off, inshallah. وتواصوا.
وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر.
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 صاد, bring this. Bis. Yeah, so yeah, bring it in. Excellent, mashallah, ahsantum. Okay, let's go again. First two verses. والعصر. mashallah. خسر. Excellent, mashallah. Okay, next verse. إلا الذين آمنوا. Excellent. Ahsantum, mashallah, tabarakallah. Alhamdulillah. So we've got up to Surah Al-Asr. That means we've done about, what, 10 surahs or so? We've done quite a few surahs, inshallah. Next session we'll be finishing off the tajweed rules and then continuation of the surahs. And then after that, as we mentioned, we'll have one-to-one sessions where you'll have more practice of the surahs that we've done up until, inshallah, we can complete all of Juzz Amma. Okay? So that's the plan. But at the same time, for those of you who haven't memorized the surahs that we've memorized, take it as a challenge for yourself now that, you know what, the surahs that I'm learning right now, memorize them. So at least through this class, you'll achieve a few things. You know your tajweed rules, you applied the tajweed rules, and you've memorized the surahs, inshallah. So that should be the goal, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. By the end of Juzz Amma, we should hope that everyone knows all of Juzz Amma by heart. Jazakumullah khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamualaikum. How you doing? You okay? Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Good. Jazakallah khair. Barakallah feek. Allah barakallah feek. Hafidhakallah. Barakallah feek. Take care, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.